This is just a quick video. This is kind of test 1.5. I did a quick test with this a couple days ago, and I was running into a couple issues. It actually did work pretty good, but one problem I was having is the silt was getting in on the edges in here, so I couldn't even pull this out. I almost broke it with a pair of pliers and vice grips because it was locked in there so tight. So what I did, you probably can't see it, but there's a 1-degree taper on this. There's like a 20 thousandths flat here, then it tapers down 1 degree. And then I also tapered this. And another issue I was having, any sand that got down here, once I pulled the tray on and put it back on, now it's sitting high. So I added these little pockets that'll allow any sediment. You just have to make sure it sits in between the sediment, or the sediment sits in to the pockets, so it keeps this thing, so it allows it to sit flat. I've also added a lip here to try to keep the sediment from getting over here and into the back, but it also gives you something to grab onto if this does get a little sticky. Still working on some other tests, but so far I'm liking this a lot. Another thing I added, and just for reference, I haven't put the heat sets in here, so I'm just using some carriage bolts for quick testing, because I actually got to reprint this and I don't want to melt them in, pull them out. But I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Also, yeah, I added a lip so this thing snaps down. Before I was siliconing this to stop leaks, but one thing I was finding, this is 1/4 inch thick, but with the pressure, this thing was actually bowing and squirting water out down here and getting sediment in here. So I printed quick a locking ring, add some rigidity, and to keep this from bowing out. And it's actually working really good. I might go a little thicker, but so far I'm really liking that. But just to show you a quick scan of it. One cool thing I found out, I'm still using the original 500 GPH pump. I thought I had to have to go to a 750, but this thing is actually strong enough to still power this thing. I may increase it if I make some more changes with this, but if you notice the valve, I can't run full open. 2 reasons. It goes too fast in here, and then I don't have enough back pressure to feed the hose up into the hopper, and this thing starts clogging. This has to have a nice little waterfall of water just to loosen it. But if you also notice, this has gotten a lot shorter too, which is nice. I don't need to have it up as high because I get more flow, less back pressure, and it's working out really good. So let me see if I can get this out. Now I'm gonna have to, this is hard to do one-handed. One thing is I'm gonna change, this is sticking a little too much. Hold on. Yeah, I can't do this one-handed. I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. All right, I was able to get this off. I added a lip here, so this is more of a tighter fit. Again, I want a nice seal so I don't have to silicone, because that just adds so much time and cost to this. I'm trying to reduce the price of this thing. But if you just look at I'll show you a couple of the features. It's kind of similar to the old one. If you notice this, I'm going to probably call this for right now the XL, because it's a bigger Goldbox. And if you notice, there's a 1 in there. The 1 is going to be the tray for most material that you're going to run. 2 is going to be for sand. And then I'll have a 3 tray for probably like final cleanup with heavy black sands and gold. But this is the most important one, so this is the one I'm starting with. Like I said, it's actually working good. I just did a quick test, and it ran the material really good. I need to get this out on the field. Right now, I only have 1/4 inch classified material, which you can see down here. This is about 3 pounds. I'm going to just pour in to show you how much faster this thing can run. And there's about 1 gram of gold in here, plus lead, which is a little trick. If you're testing a product on your own, you can go... I don't understand this, but I don't have one on hand. But lead weights, they're removed from freshwater fishing. They're all steel now, but seawater uses the heavy lead 2 and 3 ounce weights. Take a razor and just, scratch little shavings off. Once we run this, I'll try to pull out one of those shavings. But you can use the lead to simulate as gold. If you don't want to go out and buy a lot of gold to process and test out, grab some lead. It works really good. But let me get this. Let me get you set up so you can watch this. I'll just do a quick run to show you how things are going. I still got some tweaks to do, but it's getting closer. I'm actually I'm really impressed with the results so far. All right, you get you in position. Let me see if I can get this together real quick. That snaps in there. And the lid. These will have thumb screws like the original one, but like I said, just for quick testing, I don't want to put those heat sinks in, knowing I'm going to be 3D printing this thing. All right, that should be good. Make sure these are tight. All right, let me turn it on. Make sure the flow is good. It looks good. Try to catch as much tailings as I can because I want to make sure I'm not losing any gold. I think this is a little high. I'm finding like halfway, which means I got to open it more. Actually less, or close it. Let's see. Oops. Let's see about there. I'm noticing too that because there's an air pocket in here, it's actually helping mix the material better. So it's going to help eliminate any clogs. If it comes down too fast, it'll actually circulate it. So I just want to make sure you can see this. Yep, you're in good view. And let's just run the material through. I think that's good. Just want to make sure it's processing at the right speed. It's just like anything. If you feed it too fast, then the bottom features are going to fill up, and then the gold's going to ride on top. So let me just go a little more. Let that just clear out a little more. I think that's good. I can't see, I'm probably blocking you, but this is so much easier when the stuff's drier. There we go. Let that process. You see it settling in all the good spots. I'll just give that a few minutes. I am noticing a little more material in here than normal, which isn't a big deal, but I'd like to work on that. And I'm also thinking I'm going to keep it white. Most people don't use white, but I'm finding that it actually shows the gold really good, especially in low light conditions. I don't know if you can see that. See all the gold settling right at the beginning? The white really makes it pop. Plus I'm kind of liking the red, white, and blue theme going on here. All right, looks like that's pretty much settled down. Let's shut it down. I'll pull the lid off. And that way you can see where the gold settled. And then I'll check the tailings, see what I lost. I'm expecting some loss now because I'm still in early stages of this. I've added a few extra features, but until you actually run it, I don't know what's going to work, what's not. One little tip I do, if you're trying to test your own piece of equipment you're trying to invent, take a 10-20 second clip of running the material through your whatever your equipment is, and then play it back at 25% speed. Because when it's full speed, you can see stuff going on, but not very good. But when it slows it down, all of a sudden you start seeing where all the vortexes are, where they're not. You can't see gold settling unless it's a big piece, but you can see how the material is flowing through, and that's how I've been testing this. It works really good. See if I can get this out. Again, this is a little tighter than normal. You won't have to use a screwdriver to pick that out. I don't know if you can see that. Get you right in there. You see all the gold at the beginning half? Actually, I'm not really seeing gold much past that first half, so that's good. I've added a little pocket here, a little nugget trap, I'm calling it. But yeah, let me get this in a pan and we'll see the results. Actually, I guess I can do it real time. Hopefully this comes out. Yeah, see, even that's sticking a little, but it's not as bad. I might add a little more of degree pitch on that so it slides in better. Don't know, can you see? Let's see if I can get you in the right position. You definitely need a big pan with a flat bottom for this because the size it's a lot bigger. But if you don't have one, you can use the bucket you're using. All came out nice and clean. I'm really liking this tray, removable tray. And then I'll show you the gold in a second. Hold on. Actually, that's not that much material. I'm liking that. Can you see all the gold? See if I can get a... One thing I added too, I was able to get some... I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It's, I forget what the size is. It's like number 7 or 8 buckshot. I'm using that as a lead. It's actually a lead buckshot. And yeah, I mean, you can see the ton of gold. Where is it? Actually, I think that's lead right there. That is a piece of lead. I took a razor blade and scratched that off a lead weight. And that represents gold. I mean, obviously it's not as heavy as gold, but works pretty good. So let me pause you a second so I can get this out of the pan, and then we're gonna check the tailings. I want to see what I lost. All right, here's the tailings, or at least the main of it. Some leaked out, but the heavy should fall right in the pan, right out of the spout. See if I can do this. A lot of material. Again, that was about 3 pounds I just ran. I'm hoping there's nothing in here, but I'm sure some flakes got through. You saw how fast I was feeding it. The standard Goldbox, I was feeding about every 10 to 12 seconds. With this thing, I'm finding every about 5 to 7 seconds you can put a scoop in. But they're out in the field to be the real test. All right, let's just get down there. All right, getting there. A lot of garnet in this stuff. Here in the Northeast, we love our garnet. And I think that's good enough. See what we got. Not seeing anything just yet. Oh, there's a piece right there. We got one piece out. Yeah, I got about 2 or 3. They're small, which is good. I mean, you saw how much gold is in there. Yeah, I don't know where that other one went. Looks like 5 pieces got out. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe we can zoom in on that. Yeah, just for reference. Those are a little bigger than I like, though. I don't want to see that. But not bad for a first test. It's still probably a 95, 96, maybe even 97% capture rate. Because there was a lot of gold in there. So not bad for a first test. We'll see how this keeps going on the second test. Until next time, I'm making progress. So if you're looking to buy one of these, hang in there. It's coming, and it's going to be a lot better than the original. And actually, before I go, I'll just show you the difference. On average, it's about 25% bigger, which doesn't sound much. But when the 2 units are together, I think you can see that. You can see the difference in size, which makes it a little harder to pack out. I still like the small one because I can easily fold this up. This is definitely going to take more to get out in the field, but that also means you can process more material. So eventually I'm going to probably have both on the site, a small and a large, and I'll let the people decide what they want. But I'm making progress. Until the next video.